Today, we're going to walk through how to get a 70, 80, 90%, however you want to frame it, percent of construction documents in just a few minutes. So here's all these panel schedules. Here's all these elements placed within the model. You've got some lights, panels, receptacles, all that good stuff. And everything's hosted to floors, ceilings, walls, everything you need to get a project up and running. So what we're going to do now is we're going to delete all this good stuff, filter, and we're going to take everything but the electrical equipment, mainly because we've got those named and distribution systems set. So we're going to delete everything within the model. So here we've got just panels left. We've got some levels set up, and that's really it in this model. So what we're going to do now is we're going to run Surfboard. We're going to host to a linked model, and we're going to start going through and designing. We've got our fixture families loaded in. This come from a server location. You'll put in your lumen values, your foot candle levels, and basically go through and decide what you want for each and every space within the project. So here we can choose fixtures, choose fixture types, all that kind of fun stuff. As we rock and roll through this, we can change into different fixtures. We can say that we want to put linears within our office. Again, this is all from a single fixture type, and we can basically rock and roll through this. So here we go in our vestibule. And again, we're doing basically design as we're going through this and setting these up for success. So again, you're seeing me choose different fixture types, setting different foot candle levels, all from this pretty standard troffer. Next, we're going to go through our receptacles. Again, putting in basically what we want for each and every space. Through this, we can start to choose, how many we want per wall. We can look at our instructions rooms and say that we want a perimeter spacing with that same duplex. You can say that we want just 6 inches from the door in our drafting and store, or in our dry storage and electrical rooms. In our conference rooms, we can say we want 2 per wall, evenly spaced. In the library, same thing. We want 2. Lounge, 2. Lobby, 1's good. In the men's room, we want a GFCI, 6 inches from the door. Office, we're good with 1. We're okay with 1 per room in here. In the sprinkler, we're going to put 1 6 inches from the door, 1 6 inches from the door here. GFCI. And again, we're just going through and picking where we want to place every instance as we go through. Switches, we'll just start with dimmers next to doors. So as we go down and through each of these, and some are unchecked to kind of help you through the process. Maybe in the cafeteria, we just want a key operated in these areas. Dimmers are good in there. In the storage, occupancy sensor, single pole in the electrical room. Copy print. We can just put an aux sensor in there. Instructions good with a dimmer. Men, again, probably key operated in these. Now in the single toilet, we're good with that. Key operated here. Storage, aux sensor, sprinkler, single pole, prep dish, single pole. There we go. And then we can put occupancy sensors on the ceiling throughout the model. So again, we're just going through picking basically how we would design this as we go through it. So we'll just select everything and then start choosing which areas that we don't want sensors in, like the storage, electrical. We leave it in the men. We don't need it in these areas. Leave them out of the stairs. vestibule storage. So there we go. We can place all these. We already have our panels in the model. And then we'll have our basically just our default wall horn strobe. We'll uncheck the lobby because we're going to put them on the ceiling through this. And we'll just go ahead and, again, this is how we'll load a family. So our alarm device, horn strobe, ceiling mount. Go ahead and pick that. Here we go. And then we're going to just pick our corridor and the lobby, just our main areas. And we'll go ahead and run all of these. And it's going to place all this content throughout the model and do it in where this is all real time. So just in a matter of seconds, you're going to have everything populated in your model. Again, bigger models are going to take longer. This is 40,000 square feet. So with that, kind of scale that up or down for your projects. This is an office building. So here we just placed, 1,000 plus devices. We'll just get the calculator out real quick so that we can add all this up. 604 plus 380 plus 89 plus 91 plus 67 plus 20. So there's 1,250 devices that we placed in this model, really in just a few seconds. So with that, got all these elements placed. And now what we can do is we can run auto circuit again without digging into the model. We pretty much know how this is going to go. So we're going to circuit together any duplex receptacles and duplex GFCI receptacles that are in the same room. So basically, we're just going to circuit any devices that are in the same room with these family names together and go from there. Now, if we wanted to, we could start to do dedicated circuits for devices as we add things into the model. But for now, we're just going to run this, call it receptacles, and then it'll append the room name and number after it. So it'll say receptacles, office, number 104, right? So we'll just go ahead and do that. And again, we're going to create all of these circuits for all those kind of convenience devices throughout the entire project. A couple got on circuited and done. And again, we've got panels in here. So now that we have everything done, again, we'll show everything that's on our panels. With that, we've got our riser diagram completed. It's in a drafting view. So this is all text, everything that can be edited. And then you can see the demand and connected values for this. And again, just a quick little tool here to pull up and see all of the panels within the model, what's connected, what's not, and allow you to go from there. And then if we basically recreate our panel schedules, which got to delete these two sheets in here. So we'll basically E7 point nothing, and then we'll say 1. We'll say 3 by 3 for these. We're going to sheet them and sort alphabetically. They'll go left to right, and then the top row, and then the bottom rows. So we'll get our panel schedule sheeted. So it's going to get all those and put them on sheets for us in nice, neat order. And with that, we're basically going to have all of our everything laid out, our riser diagram here. Again, we haven't connected any of these panels, so there's no lines to connect them. And then we've got our panel schedules. So these are our 480 panels, which nothing's connected to now, but L1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3, and again here. So just like our riser diagram, and then we've got our receptacle circuits that we created, and everything's on here. So receptacles conference 103. And again, whatever you change that name to, it'll change throughout the project. And then these are basically your default panel schedules that it's pulling from. So whatever your default schedules are, that's what it's going to basically create for schedules. So let's go look at our floor plans and see how we've done. So here we've got our fire alarm device. We've got our switch next to the door. These receptacles are 12 feet on center. So if we pull center lines from each of these, which is awesome. So there's our 12 feet on center in these rooms, which is wonderful, right? And then we've got our 6 feet from the door. So we've got that for perimeter spacing. We've got our one fire alarm device on each door wall. So it's on the center of a wall with a door, and then one per room. So when you have basically multiple doors coming into a single room, it's just going to pick one of those. So like over here, we've got multiple doors coming into this single room space. And so it's going to just pick basically a door and then place on that wall. So only one per room for fire alarm devices is going to get placed for any room that's chosen. And here you go. So, but here's an electrical room, right? 6 inches from the door. Got our single pole switch. We've got two. Let's just create our room names. So we'll tag all rooms. Go ahead and do that. So here we go in our conference rooms, 2 per wall, space throughout, 2 even on this little wall. So again, you might not want each or all of these. So maybe you delete one of them. But again, we've got all these devices spaced throughout. Pretty simple and straightforward here. And again, all these devices are placed, and then they're also already circuited together. So if we look at the circuiting, all these devices are circuited. And then as we look at a room with additional devices, right, we've got multiple circuits in that room as well. And then for anything with less than 6, everything's circuited together and dedicated. So there's those. Now let's go to, and that's for each floor, right? So we've done this on every floor throughout the model and project. And then we can go ahead and look at our lighting. So let's go ahead and look at an overview. Here's our lighting. Spacing's laid out pretty well for this. Now there's going to be those choices that we're going to have to make as to basically which direction we're going to head, right? Whether we're going to go up and to the left, straight left, left, right, whatever you might do to sit inside the grid. So there is going to be some adjustments to the project, right? Maybe not want to go that way once you look at it. But again, all the spacings here, the calculations are provided. And then it's really just making this determination on, which direction you want to go with the grid. We've got our occupancy sensors here. And again, your symbology is going to differ for whatever fixture or families that you're going to use, right? So you're going to have a different occupancy sensor sign or a different fixture type layout. Again, we put different fixture types in here. And then in our, I believe in a few of our, so here's our office. We have these 1x2s that got placed in our office. But again, throughout, we've got different fixture types. We've got our occupancy sensors on the ceiling. We've got our ceiling mounted horn strobes right throughout. So all this is placed, and then things like this, where because of these little bump outs of it, they're trying to place the fixtures in the middle of the room. So there's going to be some adjustments to, where you want this centered in your corridors, things like that. But again, pretty quick and easy to adjust this. And again, you have whatever you want to call this, a 70%, 80% set in just a few minutes, basically, in the course of this demo and walking through it with you. So really, I mean, you can't get much faster than this in placing content. And again, that's on every single floor. We've circuited all the receptacles. We've created our panel schedules. We've sheeted our panel schedules in order, right? Left to right, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 3, 2, 3. We've circuited everything. We've named them. And really, I mean, you just got to start putting stuff on sheets, but it's all here, all ready to go. and really just saves you a tremendous amount of time. So that's a quick little walkthrough of the suite of tools here from Kowabunga Studios. And then we can also do low voltage systems as well, which we'll walk through in another video, but basically all your electrical stuff. And then here's all your low voltage, right? Data intercoms, card readers, dome lights, door position switches, wireless access points, speakers, floor boxes, distributed antenna systems, your DAS, data racks, and cameras. So again, placing content quickly, easily throughout your models to get you up and running. So that is surfboard, auto circuit, and auto riser, giving you everything that you need to lay out your electrical projects. Thank you for watching this video, and go to the next to see what is next from Kowabunga Studios.